Did Sigourney Weaver just confirm the bombshell news that she could actually return as Ripley? She could return as her iconic role in Alien 5. This could happen. Welcome to the Attack and Pulse podcast, your place for sci-fi news, rumour and debate.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.
So, over at New York Comic Con, Sigourney Weaver was having an interview with Josh Horowitz, and he asked the question that we would all ask, if we're honest. Are you 1,000% gun against your head, absolutely certain you never want to return as Ripley and actually do Alien 5? Now, there's a link to the description to the actual clip of her answer, but basically she said, look, years ago, once upon a time, I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. There's been conversations before, I don't want to do it. Let her rest. She's had a tough life, bless her. Basically, she wanted to do other things. She didn't want to return to this role. But then she saw the first 50 pages of a script created by Walter Hill. And she basically said, look, everybody else that does this makes Ripley sound like a school teacher. Let's run here, let's run there, let's go there. Gym teacher even. But telling everyone what to do, military sort of, I know best, let's just kill aliens. But she said Walter seemed to really get the character. She seemed to get her intelligence, her fear, her humour. And that inspired her to maybe think about it. Sigourney Weaver, though, did go as far as confirming that conversations have actually taken place. And that there was a meeting between either Fox, Disney, or whoever it was that's running it now. Ha ha ha, humour. And that, look, she doesn't know if it's going to happen, but the conversations have taken place. So, got a couple of questions. One, how likely is this to happen? I would have said a few years ago, maybe not. Alien was not really a franchise that was particularly in the public consciousness as a ongoing project sort of thing. Predator really was kind of the same. A couple of movies every few years, but Alien versus Predator Requiem kind of destroyed the franchise for a little bit there. Obviously, Predator came back with Prey, which was a surprise hit. It did very well. Good movie. We've then had the Beast of Beasts, that's not right, Killer of Killers. There we go, we had Killer of Killers. And we're about to get Predator Badlands, which looks badass. But Alien, Predator's cousin franchise, we just had Alien Romulus. It's a great movie, really well put together, really felt like it fit really nicely in the world of Alien. And I love how they did the technology the same, blah, blah, blah. It's a really well put together film. The other thing is, though, that we then got Alien Earth. Again, in a similar way, it completely fits within the franchise as a whole. They didn't do what Star Trek does and try to modernise the technology and stuff. It all fits. You can watch all of these movies and projects in order and they work. So, there is a resurgence, is my point. There is more interest in Aliens and Predator. And I've been able to tell you guys that I know for a fact that there is a long-term plan here to bring Alien and Predator back together again. We also know this from Alien Predator, actually, that the Badlands movie, that there's an android in that that's actually a Weyland creation, which is a direct crossover between these two. And we're going to be teased a lot more of that over the next few projects before that coming together, that AVP movie. The AVP movie that we deserve, I'm hoping Trachtenberg and his team and etc. will deliver on. That's in the future though, but for now, is a Ripley movie more likely because of this? Well, yeah, of course. Sigourney Weaver is an actress that, okay, is mature in her years, but is still a great actress, is still able to do this type of movie, in my opinion. Look, she's even admitted, like, okay, this movie will be more age appropriate. I'm not going to be running around a lot of air vents, but obviously the alien will appear. And she says, look, that the script is scary as hell. from what she's seen, and she'd love to see what Walter can do with the rest of this if he gets the green light. And yeah, it's something that can take us back to the original, can sit within other new projects as well. Don't get me wrong. This isn't something I would want to take away from, an Alien project. We're doing this Alien project. It's brilliant. We've got this, this, and this. Now we're doing the Sigourney Weaver version. I don't want to see that, but has something additional to bring us back. If the storyline and the reasoning for it makes sense, then yeah. When does this happen? And is Ripley even alive? Well, the first Alien movie was set in supposedly 2122. Alien Romulus was 20 years after that in 2142. We then jump ahead to Aliens 2179. And then Alien 3, 2379, 200 years in the future, when they actually sort of cloned her and she then killed herself. But then in Resurrection, they cloned her again. And that is set in 2381. She cloned in Alien 3. She's got an alien in her. I don't like Alien 3. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but let's go with that was a clone. Can't remember. Anyway, she's definitely a clone in Resurrection. And she survives that movie. So, this film could be set, say, 20 years after Resurrection. She's apparently been incarcerated. The people of Earth are not happy with her for saving all of their lives. But I wonder if there might be a different reason to incarcerate her, to separate her from society. For one, she knows all the skeletons are. And I'm looking at Alien Earth. Wendy, in the Alien Earth series, spoilers if you haven't seen it, can talk to the Xenomorphs. She can communicate with them and basically makes one of the Xenomorphs like a puppy. They bond after the Xenomorph is birthed, basically. Almost like, it's mommy, mommy. Grip your teeth out. We see that how basically powerful the Xenomorph is, particularly if it's in the hands of another being. Now, Ripley, in Resurrection, can communicate with the aliens. Would that be a very nice way of making the Xenomorph the ultimate weapon that basically has been the storyline throughout all of these movies? That's what humanity is trying to do. They're trying to find a weapon. But a weapon you can control is kind of important if that's what you're trying to do. She could be the missing piece in that. That if you have a being that can control the Xenomorphs and you can then learn how to replicate that, you actually have a weapon you can use. So for me, that would be an obvious storyline. Let's see if that's what they actually do. But do I think this is going to happen? I'm pretty confident this will happen. I have no insider information on that. I'm basing this just on what she said and common sense, really, that there is a lot of money in these two franchises at the moment. That Disney are really throwing their weight behind them and really want to see where this can go. Building up towards that AVP moment, which would just be awesome. I can't wait. It does seem to me that this would be a beautiful piece within that jigsaw puzzle. And I would actually be really surprised if at this point it didn't happen. Disney didn't have the confidence in Predator Prey, and I think they learned their lesson from that. Then our Badlands is going straight to cinema, unlike Prey. They have realised that the interest is there. And it's only really a matter of time until we see Ripley once again kicking alien ass, in my opinion. But guys, get into the comments to what you think. Is this something you'd quite like to see? Is it, the sort of project you'd love? Or actually, was Sigourney Weaver right the first time round? And should Ripley rest? Get into the comments and tell me what you think. For me, as long as it's a part of a bigger picture, I'm on board with it. I don't want it to be the biggest part of what we're talking about, though, if that makes sense. But actually, get in the comments, tell me exactly what you think. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out, and you'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, you can become a member of the channel and get to see a lot of these videos before everybody else. Go check that out too. As always, please stay safe, and I'll see you next time.
Our tachyon pulse has been unable to completely penetrate the anomaly.